Joyful, joyful, we adore thee, God of glory, Lord of love. Hearts unfold like flowers before thee, opening to the sun above. Melt the clouds of sin and sadness, drive the dark of doubt away. Giver of immortal gladness, fill us with the light of day. Thou art giving and forgiving, ever blessing, ever blessed, wellspring of the joy of living, ocean depth of happy rest. Thou our Father, Christ our brother, all who live in love are thine. Teach us how to love each other, lift us to the joy divine. God gives his people strength. If we believe in his way, he's swift to repay all those who bear the burden of the day. God gives his people strength. God gives his people love. If we but open wide our hearts, he's sure to do his part. He's always the first to make us start. God gives his people love. God gives his people peace. When sorrow fills us to the brim and courage grows dim, he lays to rest our restlessness in him. God gives his people peace.
Parenting and schooling of children are closely associated. During this COVID pandemic, schooling of children got interrupted. Now, we are into a second academic year when parents feel compelled to provide homeschooling for children with online support from teachers. With the classroom experiences of interactions, being with other children, participating in curricular and extracurricular activities, and being in a supervised learning environment, having been denied to children, parents are required to substitute for this loss at home. We hear admirable stories of parents making efforts to make homeschooling meaningful to children. There are some parents who found homeschooling difficult to adjust to. Most parents have been struggling to make home environment comfortable to children. The restrictions on being outdoor, visiting places of interest, parks, etc., gathering of children for team games, visiting neighborhood families, celebrating birthdays with gathering of friends physically, etc., have reduced the options for parents to engage their children socially. Children feel compelled to abide by the restrictions. This video is to share our greetings and good wishes to all parents who make efforts to compensate for the loss of school experiences of their children by doing whatever they can do to keep children occupied and cheerful.
I do not know what lies ahead, the way I cannot see. It's a long road to freedom, a winding, steep and high. But when you walk in love with the wind on your wing and cover the earth with the songs you sing, the miles fly by. I walked one morning by the sea, and all the waves reached out to me. I took their tears, then let them be. It's a long road to freedom, a winding, steep and high. But when you walk in love with the wind on your wing and cover the earth with the songs you sing, the miles fly by. I walked one morning with a friend and prayed the day would never end. The years have flown, so why pretend? It's a long road to freedom, a winding, steep and high. But when you walk in love with the wind on your wings and cover the earth with the songs you sing, the miles fly by.
Let me read from a poem on children by Khalil Gibran, a Nobel laureate. Your children are not your children. They are the sons and daughters of life's longing for itself. They come through you, but not from you. And though they are with you, yet they belong not to you. You may give them your love, but not your thoughts, for they have their own thoughts. You may house their bodies, but not their souls, for their souls dwell in the house of tomorrow, which you cannot visit, not even in your dreams. You may strive to be like them, but seek not to make them like you. For life goes not backward, nor tarries with yesterday. This poem gives us another perspective about our children. Although children live with us and we provide for them, God is their keeper who shall lead them on to fullness of life and abundance of opportunities in life. If so, amidst this loss of schooling experiences, they would triumph over the circumstances to go on in life. Let us live in hope, because God of their lives would lead them on to a safe future.
When the COVID pandemic started, we had a lot of worries regarding how to keep our 2-year-old child engaged. So, on the one hand, we were very happy that we'll get a lot of time with him. We didn't know how exactly to engage him. So, some of the things that we tried to do was to make it a point to consciously spend extra physical time with him. At least one of us used to try and make it a point to take him out. So my wife Soumya used to order some things online.
Yeah, we're just looking for activities to keep him occupied. So if you even Google all these, you get a lot of ideas to how to keep kids or toddlers engaged. So because shops weren't available, whatever we could get online, even small toys or puzzles and blocks, Play-Doh, and even crayons and coloring books, paints. Each day we would try to give him some time with each of these for him to do it on his own. We would sit along to encourage him and try to order storybooks and try reading it out to him. And then thankfully we had a campus, so we could walk around. Morning and evening we would take him out for walks and short drives whenever it was possible within the allowed areas. And then
Yeah, I mean, she was very particular that we used to like intentionally make it a practice to spend time, because we were very conscious that because of the pandemic he's missing out on preschool and socializing. So she used to keep telling me we have to do something. So every day we used to have some sort of agenda to keep the child occupied. So either the same day or the day before, we'd actually have a small chit chat about what are we going to do tomorrow to keep our child engaged and stimulated. And like she said, we used to actually have short car trips, lockdown permitting, just to take him around, show him the sights, very simple things that most people tend to take for granted, things like a blue sky, green trees and things like that. And I think he had responded quite well.
He was too small to realize that there's a difference or there's something going wrong outside. So he was okay. It's too early for him to complain about not being able to go out or anything. He probably doesn't realize the things that he's missing, even small things like going to the beach or going to a park or going out to see, or going to a zoo and seeing animals that he's only seeing on the screen, and those things that he's missing out, but he's not realizing what he's missing. Unlike older kids, he's too small to realize. So probably he's just happy with the time that he's getting with us more at home. So yeah, he's not complaining. He's a happy kid.
Now thank we all our God with heart and hands and voices, who wondrous things hath done, in whom His earth rejoices, who from our mother's arms had blessed us on our way with countless gifts of love, and still is ours today. Oh, may our bounteous God through all our life be near us, with ever joyful hearts and blessed peace to cheer us, and keep us in His grace, and guide us when perplexed, and free us from all ills in this world and the next.
Let me quote a prayer from the book Dance Not for Time by Metropolitan Most Right Reverend K.P. Yohanan. You are the one, O Lord, who sees and knows the agony of my troubled heart, and you alone can make me whole. Calm my troubled soul with your love and grace. Heal my wounds by your word. Please help me feel I am safe. Help me to cast away doubts and fears and trust in your love that never changes. For you are sovereign and you keep your word. Amen.